Hello, hello, good morning. Welcome to Basement Chronicles Live. Wherever you're watching me from, welcome to the show this morning. We're not going to be very long, and because I want to jump onto Instagram when I'm done here for a little bit. My name is Lisa Dublin. What do? I'm a health and life coach and a speaker. I help people to live, to speak, and to lead with confidence. And as I said, at a business mixer this week, I introduced myself and I said, that's what I do. And then I asked them the question, because why should you not win at life? What is standing in the way between where you are and where you want to be? So if you are here, please say hi, like and share this video. If you are watching me on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. That too is very important. Okay, so let's get started. I want to talk about confidence today and how to build it. I'm working with a couple clients today, and that is one of our main goals, to increase confidence so that they can go on to do some pretty big things in life. And the question is, what is confidence and where do you get it? Do you have enough? And a question I always love to ask is, if you had more confidence in your life, what would you do? If you believed in yourself more, what could you accomplish? Where are you being held back right now because it doesn't seem as if you have the confidence to push that foot, to go forward, to do the thing, ask the question, go the place, do the move, break off what you need to. All of these things tell us about how confident we are in ourselves. And so when I think about this question of what is confidence and do I have enough with it, right? I love to also always think about my own journey, how I got here, how am I still doing my thing, how I've always done my thing. And a couple things come to mind that I want to share with you today. When in answering the question, what is confidence? I don't know that there is one definition, so I actually have a few. Confidence, and I'd love if you could share your own definition of it for me in the chat. Let me know that you are listening on LinkedIn and also on YouTube. That's the two places that we are today. For me, confidence is the belief that I can do something or that I can find a way to do it. That's the first definition. Here's my second definition. Confidence is my belief that I am good enough for someone, for something, for some occasion. I can see myself in a certain situation, all of the things. Now, here's the other more perhaps literary, poetic, philosophical point of view that I hold on confidence. And I'm literally teaching this to a couple of my students now. So I've got students, I've got clients for coaching, that kind of thing. Confidence is my ability to look across and be pleased. I'll explain each of them as I have got three. My ability to look across at somebody and be pleased. It is my ability to look up and to feel inspired. And it is my ability to look down and to know that I can help. So there's no arrogance there. There's no kind of, oh, I am better than. Confidence is, hey, this is where you are. You don't have to stay there. I can help. There's nothing else. It's a very simple kind of, I'm not judging where you are. I'm coming with that confidence that I can help. Now, if I'm looking up, it's not with jealousy or envy. It is with the understanding that, wow, I love where you are, and potentially I can get there. So that is why I am inspired, because I feel like within me, I too have got what it takes for me to get my brand, my iteration of what you're doing. I can get my own. So I'm inspired. You know how you see somebody doing something, and how you know that you feel good about yourself is that in spite of you not having that thing, you don't feel jealous, you don't feel envious of that person, like why should you have. No, you're like, wow, this is great. I want it as well. I can hanker after it. That's my favorite word in the world. Now, what about my ability to look across and be pleased? there's a workshop that I'm planning called Mirror Mirror, how to how to love yourself in spite of there being other divas in the room. Something like that. Because sometimes, especially with women, what I've realized is we lose confidence when other people show up who seem to be more confident than we are, who seem to have it together, who are louder, who are more perhaps more well put together, all of the things. We lose our confidence because we forget that we are in the mirror of our own lives, as opposed, and we are looking across at somebody. Ladies, you guys know this. Like we go into the bathroom, and there are different stalls, whatever. If you go into a high end one, all of the mirrors are lit and all of that, lovely. But why is it before anybody came into that bathroom, I was looking into my mirror? I was loving on myself, preening, putting on my makeup, reapplying this and that. The minute somebody comes in who maybe looks better than me, is more glamorous, has better clothes, why do I stop looking into my mirror and I'm looking sidelining and side eyeing that person? Forgetting that I too am that diva, and forgetting that I am my best thing. I am my diva. And doing that does not mean that I ignore you. I can look across and I can say, hey, I love your hair. Oh my goodness, that shade of lipstick, what is it? Is it ruby red from MAC? I have done that before. And how I knew that I grew into that kind of self confidence and self knowing that I was looking across was when I no longer was feeling intimidated by being around heavyweight women. And I attract them now, so I understand that there has been growth there. And you can get there as well if you learn to privilege your own self. If you learn that you are blessed and highly favored, you are the head and not the tail. You are uniquely made. There is no one like you. If you spend time savoring, sitting with that reality, by the time other divas come along, you yourself are in love with you. So there's more that you can give. There's love spilling over from your love of yourself, so you can now love on other people. Here's what some people do. Some people think that for me to be in my own bright lights, in the mirror of my own existence, and to be looking at myself, I have to ignore or denigrate or put down what somebody else is doing. That's not true confidence, because you're always going to be on that roller coaster of either I'm feeling really great about myself because there's somebody around me who is not as good as me, or I'm going to be feeling really crappy about me because I've met somebody who, in many respects, is my superior, is doing better than I am, who I think looks better than I do, all of the things. So you cannot afford to base your confidence in you on what somebody else is or is doing at any point in time, because you are not going to make it. Like you will always be not feeling your feelings about you will always go up and down. There has to be a standard. There has to be a standard. And so I just want to go over what I was just saying. Confidence is my ability to look across and to see like-minded people and be happy that I'm one of them. So it means you have to have that sense of, yes, I'm up there too. I'm right. So, and how you know is you look at the people you attract. Are there people that you like, wow, who is this? And then you realize, hey, this is my equal. In a sense, we all are, but we don't consider it. I heard somebody say, it's what we really now have to go after what we think about ourselves, because there was a certain thing that God always thought about you. God always thought that you were this and that you were blessed and highly favored. Where we run into trouble is when we do not appropriate what our maker said about us. Then we run into trouble. So that self concept has to match the concept or the definition of who you are that your creator gave you. So you look across. That's confidence. To be able to look across. Hey, I see you. I see you. Yes, I'm like you. I love that. We're heavyweights together. Okay. Many of us look at people who we think, then you look up and you are inspired because you know that you can reach your own level of greatness, your own level of. So instead of feeling intimidated by somebody or instead of feeling just crappy about yourself because you look up and somebody's better than you in certain areas, you are able to feel inspired. That is confidence in yourself because you're saying, I've got latitude. I might not be that right now, but when I look at myself and what I have within me, I know that I have the ability to do more. So I can afford to be inspired by you. And lastly, you can look down. Somebody's not as advanced as you are, and you don't feel arrogant. It doesn't add to your stature of yourself because you are measuring yourself against somebody and you find that you are better. No, no, no. That's not even the equation that you want to enter into. Your equation is, I look down, I see somebody less fortunate than I am. I can help. That's confidence as well. I can help. I've got what it takes to be who I am and to also help somebody to raise their own standard. Now, last question before we go. What does it take to be confident? How do you build confidence? I think one of the things that has worked for me is not being attached to the outcome of my efforts. I am not afraid to fall and fail. I'm not afraid to try. I'm not afraid to. No, I'm not. I'm not attached to the outcome because I understand that process of trying, it builds that muscle of confidence. At least I know what not to do the next time. Do you guys know that story of Edison, where it said that he failed so many times with the light bulb, and he said to somebody that, well, obviously he got it at some point, but he's like, I know 1,000 ways not to do it. You cannot afford to be the person who has to win all the time. That means you are never going to step out. You are never going to take a risk. You are never going to reach the pinnacle of your potential because you are not trying. The person who's confident has failed 1,000 times and perhaps won significantly less. But it was in the trying and the failing that you realize that you have more and more potential to keep on going. So many people stay behind, do not realize potential because they are afraid to fail. Like, that's a bit selfish and being too self conscious, to tell you the truth. Like, who are you not to fail? I've said it before. And that is how I look at my own self. Like, get out there, try your things, do your stuff. Who are you not to fail? Everybody does. It's a fact of life. And the more you get into not being attached to the outcome of, for example, making an offer and perhaps not getting as many people to do it as you want to, that's okay. Does it diminish who I am? Absolutely not. Because my essence, who I am, is not attached to what I do. God made me a certain way, and He said it was good. Nothing takes away from that. Nothing adds to that. Absolutely not. But you cannot afford to be attached to the outcome. I also think humility is a part of it. When I think of life and the ways that life has humbled me, I'm happy for it because I'm better for it. You have to be able to know that the L's come with the W's, the losses comes with the wins. That you're not always going to get it right. Nobody asks you to be perfect. I don't know anybody who's perfect except Jesus Christ. Like, do you know anybody who's perfect? I know people who try to be perfect, and frankly, they are very inauthentic with it. And frankly, to keep up that kind of image is very tiring. It's better to be human, to keep trying, to have a growth mindset that I can keep on trying. I'm going to get there. I'll fall, but that's okay. Everybody else does it too. That mindset, I think, has led to my confidence. And just, and also I think you have to be a bit thick skinned. Like, not, people are so super sensitive about everything. And if you're going after confidence about doing brave and big things in the world or in your space, even, you have to be able to forge forward in spite of people's comments or lack thereof, or their silences, in spite of people's criticisms, in spite of even the own voice within you that might be saying, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Who do you think you are? There's this quote. Let me see if I can pull it up right now. It's right there in the captions. Let's see if we can find it. Look at this quote, you guys, and we're going to end. If you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. That's how you build confidence, by going against the grain and going against the doubt and fear and stepping out in spite of it. That is how you know the next time what to do, because the last time the fear came, I overcame it by taking action. I learned something about myself. I have this client I'm so proud of, you guys. Like, she just went through Speak with Confidence. We just had cohort 8. My head is already in cohort 9 for April of next year, right? Okay, there goes my timer. And after Speak with Confidence, I always say that that 6 week program is a confidence building program overall. Why? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. She stepped out long after the program. We finished in the beginning of June. Just about a week or two ago, I got a text from her to say that after the last coaching call with me, just the confidence, the thinking, the eureka moments that happen when you get into a coaching situation, she went out, applied for jobs on her intranet, and she got called back for interviews. So we went through, I trained her for the first round. Of course, she made it. Of course, she made it. And she made it to the second round. Then she did that as well. And now we're waiting for a decision because she has been through the interviews, coached her through, yes, you're good enough. Yes, you can do it. Even though this job is not exactly the same, there are transferable skills that you can apply. Go ahead. And it's amazing to see how it's the belief that I can that makes you able to. Yeah, and so we're just waiting. So these are some of the ways I believe that we can define confidence and we can have more confidence, having humility, being unattached to the outcome, not making it about whether I succeed or not, but making it about who I become in the process of trying. That is how you build confidence. That is how you move forward. So also, I said being thick skinned. Just you're gonna hear no's. Oh my goodness, I'm an entrepreneur. I hear no all the time. It's a numbers game. So the more offers you make is the more no's you're gonna get. It is also the more yeses you are going to get. You're never going to get there if you're that kind of entrepreneur. And it goes, I think, for every part of life. Okay, I want to end now. I was looking at a quote. I mentioned it yesterday on the live. By the way, I'll be on tomorrow, same time, 6 a.m. Make sure you join me here. So I decided to like resubscribe to restream because I think like I'm a bit sad because I deleted my Facebook group. So as of the 31st, like there are no more people coming in, and I'm actually like going through the process of removing everybody from the group. So it's a bit sad because I've had this group since 2020, and it's time to, just because of how things happen, it's time to kind of say goodbye. You know what I mean? So that's what is happening. But obviously, part of my business is the outreach, is coming on here. Lives have always been successful. People always tell me that they love the lives, so I want to continue them. So I just resubscribed to Restream, so I'll be going live 3 times a week: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And if you're interested in things spiritual, I do a Saturday spa on YouTube only on the Saturday morning. Let me leave you with this quote from Simone Biles, and it shows the correlation between not being attached to failure and winning. She said this: every time you put yourself out there, despite the possibility of failure, you validate your courage and willingness to take risks. Embrace setbacks as a form of empowerment. Your journey is one of hope, not self shame. Hmm. The question is, how does somebody who seems to privilege trying over winning actually become the most decorated gymnast or Olympian in history? How does that happen? Most decorated, but what she privileges is not winning, but trying, stepping out, taking a step forward, doing your best, putting yourself out there. How does that effort and focus result in winning? Because I believe it's the muscle that you build. That's what confidence is. And so the more you try, it's the more you fail, but it's also the more times and opportunities you have for you to win. Okay, you guys. That's all the time I've got today. If you are interested in coaching, listen, go to my website, lisamdublin.com/coaching, and book a consultation there. Let me tell you, I don't know if you realize I'm losing weight again. Okay. You know why? I got me a new trainer. I lost my trainer about a year ago. He moved on to another industry. He was a legend in his own right. Oh my God, got me started. You guys know my story. I've been struggling to do this on my own for the longest while. And this is the power of working one on one with somebody. I am not a personal trainer, I'm a life coach. So, what you see happening here is happening with my clients in my life coaching, whatever it is, right? And immediately the same thing that happens, right? This coach of mine is giving me all the things to do, taking a good look at what I'm doing that's not working, and suggesting ways for me to change. And that's what has been happening. So, like, I'm on a running schedule. Immediately I'm done here, I'm going to go do my run. Just, and that's how I walk with my life coaching clients. What do you want? Do you want to move from point A to point B? Let us make a plan to get you there. What are the things I'm helping clients with right now? One of my clients is writing a book. No, two of my clients are writing books and going to become speakers. I have got a client who is going through some significant challenges at work, and we happened to get her advocating for herself, moved her from country to country. That's what happened within her company, and now she's settling in a whole new space, whole new team, and being the manager that she always could be but couldn't, because people were just looking at her only as just being black and female, as opposed to being the brain that she really is, right? I'm helping clients do that as well. What else am I helping clients to figure out who they are in business? Like, how do you become the person who charges for what you deserve, what your value is? How do you become that person who's able to confidently say, this is my price, and take it or leave it. If you can't do it, then you're not my client. But if you are, then come, I will work with you and get you results. So just building the concept of being in her head somebody who gives value and gets compensated for it. So we're on that journey. All of my clients are recognizing that the foundation for being able to produce is having strong PMRs and PERs, powerful morning routines, powerful evening routines. So we're working with very strong accountability in an app that I put together for them, so that they are able to, I'm able to see how and track what they're doing. And the results have been phenomenal. I have another client who's transitioning from 9 to 5 to becoming an entrepreneur. And one of the biggest things we're learning is when somebody says no, you just keep on going. Because you're not accustomed to that if you're doing a 9 to 5. You've never had to go out and to sell your services and tell people, hey, I can help you. And it's a matter of reframing from I'm going out to get people's money to I'm giving you value that you can't get anywhere else. I'm giving you value. So if you come work with me, then this is what you get. And of course, this is way more than you're paying for. So why would you not do it? All of these things. So I have delightful clients and clients who are ready to do the work, wanting to get better at whatever they come with. And I'm so happy, just like the same way my coach is now working with me and I'm seeing results, my clients are now seeing their results in different areas of their lives. So if you want to get a life coach, if you want to move from point A to point B, come coach with me. Set up a consultation and you and I can go through what coaching can do for you. Anyway, I've got to run, literally. So I'm going to say goodbye right now, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Don't forget what confidence is. Let me just leave you with this last one: the belief that I can do something or I can find a way to get it done. Bye. Take care, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.